I just want to see who got the biggest cake. What is wrong with him?
3, 2, 1. Hi,
Yeah. Can you just do it?
You should keep on doing your series.
I did the highest. Whoa! Hey!
Baby went really high.
Did you see that, Jack?
Yep, he threw her upside down. He beat her up. Let's go, Alex.
Let's go back here.
My job.
Because I don't think you're going to beat Bri. Go.
My name is Cassie. Welcome back to At Home with Cass. Today we are going to do a clean with me of my kitchen and my family room. You are looking at some before shots of the area. As you can see, the color is kind of like a hunter green, and you still see some window treatments up, which we do want to take down, and we're going to do a complete cleanup of the area. The first thing we did is we took down the window treatments. My husband went ahead and used the drill for this because those screws were really hard to take off, so he used the drill and it was super easy. Then we went ahead and we painted the area the same color that we've been painting the whole house. If you guys haven't been watching my videos, please, I encourage you to go ahead and look at those before you watch this one. But we've been using the same color throughout the whole house, which is Sherwin-Williams satin finish paint in the color 7661, I believe, and the color is Reflection. I'm gonna go ahead and patch up these holes over here, sand them down. This is where I'm gonna put my calendar. I believe the previous owners also had their calendar here. That's why you see the patching. I'm not gonna bore you too much with painting. If you guys are interested in seeing a painting video where I give you step-by-step on how to paint or how to learn how to paint, go check out my basement video. I'll link it above and below. But as you guys can see, just with priming and the spaces that we have so far, it just looks so much better in here. It looks brighter and it looks more open. Okay, it is now the next day, and as you can see, this place is very dirty, very messy. The night before we finished painting and we did have White Castle for dinner, and as you can see, Emmanuel threw the french fries everywhere. You also see his toys everywhere, and all of the tools that we've been using to paint and do our improvements are all over the place. We are going to start cleaning in just a few. Enjoy the before shots. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean up this area here. We are going to fold all of the window treatments that we took down. One thing I do want to say is that we did donate all of the window treatments that we took down, and we gave it away for free on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm really happy that someone else gets to use it and that it's going to be beneficial to them. Now my husband is going to put up the cabinet that we took down, the cabinet door that we took down. It was just easier to paint back there. And we're also going to put up the blinds. I'm really liking how this window is looking now without the curtain that was there, because it just looks very clean now. Cleaning this area made me so happy because this was the dumping grounds for all of the stuff that we've been using. So I just felt so much better cleaning this area up and clearing everything out of the way. I'm about to clean off the counters with my homemade cleaner. This is just some water and Thieves Cleaner from the Young Living website. I'm also going to pop on my diffuser. My favorite scent is lavender. I would love to know if you guys use essential oils, and if you do, comment below what your favorite scent is. I recently bought some items from Amazon to organize my kitchen. I will be putting everything up, and I'm going to be organizing everything towards the end, so make sure that you stick around for that. Okay, there is that humongous White Castle box. You guys, my husband actually ate all 30 of them, but don't tell him I said that. Anyway, here I am cleaning off my little, I guess this is my coffee area, my coffee station. So I'm going to just clean off all the surfaces and make it look very organized and clean. You guys see my husband there washing dishes. I think that he washed dishes like 3 or 4 times that day, so I'm really grateful for that. But I'm gonna come over here to my sitting area. I'm so happy with this area. I've never knew that I would ever have something like this, but I love sitting here in the morning. I love drinking my coffee here, checking my emails, just planning for the week. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean the countertops and the tile and just put everything back nice and neat. If you're wondering about my little bottles, I got those from Amazon. I think they came in a 2-pack, but I do like making my own cleaner, so I do like putting it in here. Okay, let me know down below in the comment section if your husband helps you with the dishes. But I'm so grateful that he does this sometimes. The only reason why we haven't been using our dishwasher is because I wanted to make my own like dishwasher pods. I did buy the ingredients for it, like the baking soda, but I haven't gotten around to making them. So we do wash dishes by hand. Also, another reason why I haven't really used it a lot is because we don't have enough utensils to last us for the day. So I definitely have to do some shopping and get some more utensils and some more dishes so that we can just pop everything in the dishwasher, run that once a day, and then we're good. While my husband finishes up those dishes, I'm gonna head on over to this corner by the window, and I'm just gonna do the same process that I've been doing. I'm just gonna wipe the tiles down and wipe down the counters as well as the containers. That big jar that you just saw me put down has our rice in it, and these 2 bottles that I'm cleaning right now have our vinegar and our oil in it, and I got all 3 of those from Home Goods. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to quickly store our breakfast from that morning. We had some leftover oatmeal, and my containers are glass, and I got those from Amazon. I believe it was a set. Again, you're seeing my husband here washing dishes, and I just keep on piling everything there for him. But he's a really good sport, so very happy. I'm just going to go ahead and clear off this area so I can do the same process again. If you're wondering about that hot plate, We got that one from Macy's about 6 or 7 years ago, and we use it almost every single morning for breakfast. So if you guys have a big family, I recommend you getting one of those. Whenever you're cleaning any surface, it's good to kind of pre-treat it a little bit. That way when you're ready for it, it's been soaking there for a couple of minutes, and when you go and you wipe it off, everything comes off nice and easy. I went ahead and cleaned the surface of the stove as well with kind of like a scar pad and some detergent. I still need to clean the inside of my oven, but I'm going to leave that for another day because it's really, really dirty in there. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and clear off and clean the breakfast bar. Our kids are really loving this area, especially for lunch. They take their lunch break, come upstairs, and have a bite to eat. We're so grateful that the previous owners sold us the high chairs because they're the perfect height and they look very nice. I think this is the second time that my husband is washing dishes. As he's washing dishes, I am in the background drying everything and just putting everything away. Let me know in the comments below if you guys prefer washing the dishes by hand or putting them in the dishwasher. But now I'm gonna go ahead and scrub down my dish holder. I think I got this one from Costco a couple of years ago and it has held up very nicely, but I do have to clean it once in a while. You will see me using baking soda. I am trying to be more conscious of the environment, and I am trying to use products that are more cleaner and safer. So I am trying, and we can do our best. Normally I would use like Ajax or Comet, but I haven't purchased those in a long time, and now I've just been using baking soda. I was wondering if you guys have ever purchased this soap and if that happens to you where it kind of creates a crust at the top. I get this one from Target. I like the soap. I'm just wondering if that happens to you. I'm gonna take the time now to scrub down the sink. We all know that sinks have a lot of bacteria in them, so I just want to make sure that I get all the nooks and crannies, and I am gonna put on my gloves because I'm about to clean this disgusting drain. So I'm gonna use my brush, some of that soap, and some baking soda. I can't wait for Home Goods to open because I'm just gonna go in there and get all those cute little accessories for the kitchen. The first thing I'm gonna buy is a new drain. I'm also gonna go ahead and clean this holder, which I use for my scrubbing pad. Okay, now it's time to wipe everything down, clear off all the soap, and finish off the sink. I'm going to take advantage and just clean off this surface where the dish rack is gonna go. Now that all of my dishes are clean, including my dish rack, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse out all of my rags and put them where they belong. In this instance only, I'm gonna grab a dry rag and dry the sink. Normally, I would never do this, but once you do that, the sink just looks shiny and looks so clean. I'm gonna go ahead and finish cleaning the appliances. I am gonna use this stainless steel cleaner. Like I said before, guys, I want to really get away from using products that have a lot of chemicals in them. So if there is a chance where I can buy something or maybe make my own, I will definitely do that in the future. But since I already have this product, I'm going to go ahead and use it. But once I'm done with it, I'm going to go back to cleaning my stainless steel appliances with olive oil. Now it's time to give my recycling bin a quick rub down. I got this one from IKEA and it's held up really nice. I've had it for years. I will link it below in the description box. Okay, so the last step for the kitchen is to clean the floor. I'm going to quickly remove some of these items like the step stool, and I'm going to put those dirty rags in the wash. I'm going to sweep the floor and I'm going to mop it. I am gonna go old school and just bust out my broom, which I usually do. I do own 2 or 3 vacuums. One is a cordless one, which you do see right there. That one is a Shark. I'm not really loving it, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it. But in a second here, you're gonna see how disgusting the floor was. Okay, now I'm going to mop my floors with my old cedar mop. I do recommend this. We've been through our stages of how to clean the floors, and back in the day, I did use like the traditional mop. Then I went ahead and switched over to the Swiffer, which I'm not really a fan of anymore. And now I am at this stage with this type of mop. So I do recommend this mop. In my opinion, it's very similar to using a Swiffer pad, because with the Swiffer pad you are just pushing the dirt around. The same thing with this, but with this you can clean the mop heads and you can obviously change the water. So I do like this mop. In the future, I do want to invest in a steam mop. So if you guys have one of those already, comment below and tell me if you like them and if I should get one. If you're wondering, I did put a little bit of bleach in my water and some of the Thieves concentrated cleaner, as well as a little bit of the dish detergent. Sometimes mopping this floor is really annoying because the grout in between the tiles is breaking apart. So I'm constantly picking up the little pieces of cement. I love these floors, but it is getting a little bit annoying, so we have to get that fixed. I'm finally done with the kitchen. Now we're gonna move on to the living area and just do the same process in here, clean all the surfaces, pick up all these toys, organize everything. Make sure you stick around to the end to see the finished product. Thank God my husband helped me clean this area. He did all the vacuuming and he helped me put all of these toys away. So Emmanuel's birthday had passed maybe like a week or two before that, and I had left all of the balloons out, so I'm finally popping them. When you have kids, you guys understand the struggle. All of these toys and just things magically appear under the couches. So we got those couches from, I think I got them from Raymer and Flanagan, maybe 3 years ago. I initially got blue because I was going for like a tropical theme at that time and like yellow, but I'm not really into the yellow anymore, but I do like the blue sectional. It fits perfectly here, even though we didn't buy it for this space. So we're really happy with that. That table, the coffee table, and the rug, we just recently got those from Pier 1. I know most of you know that Pier 1 went out of business like in March. Thank God that my mother-in-law came over when we first moved in, and my sister-in-law, and they told me about it. Me and my husband went over to the Pier 1 that was down the street, and we actually found a couple of things. So really happy. We got like so much stuff for like about $500. So that was like a really good deal because one piece alone was like $250. So we were really grateful for that. And this table we got from Bob's a while ago. It's held up really nicely. The rug I got from Home Goods. I really don't like it anymore, so I am looking for maybe like a gray rug. So I will be changing that out in the future. Also, this is the other vacuum that we currently own. Thanks to the previous owners, they actually left it here, and we're so happy that they did because it's working perfectly on all of our rugs. As far as decorating this space, I do want to keep it minimal. If you guys didn't check out my other video where I talk about future house projects, please do so. I'll link it up here now and also below. But one thing I do want to say is I want to put up some frames right there on that big wall of all of the kids, like blown up frames, pictures of them. And I also want to get some greenery. So I definitely want to get some plants in here. I would love to hear what you know about them. If you know about any house plants, like what type I should get, leave them down in the comments below. I had mentioned earlier that these chairs belong to the previous owners. They so graciously sold them to us at a very good price, and that's what they look like. Okay, now I'm just gonna move over and clean this area here that goes out to the deck, to the backyard. My husband does want to do some sort of like a breakfast nook here, something custom. I kind of like it the way it is because I like how open it is, and then you have space to go out the sliding doors. I feel like if we put something there, it might block it. Make sure you stick around though, because I still want to show you guys the organizational items that I got from Amazon and how they're going to look in the kitchen. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up this spice rack. I think this is a 15-inch one. I had won the spices that you see there at like a Christmas party. So I just never put them out because I don't like to have stuff on my counters, or I just want to have them as minimal as possible. So I went ahead and got this little stair spice holder from Amazon. All of the items that I'm talking about, I will link them below if possible. And so far, I'm loving this. I'm so happy because now I can use all of my spices. I can see them because they're right there at eyes view in my cabinet. Okay, the next two things that I'm going to set up are going to be the paper towel holder and a utensil set. First, we're going to put up the paper towel holder. This is the second one that I've owned. I had one at my previous house, but I left it. So I repurchased it because it's very good. It does its job. And I like that it's not on the counter. You can just put it up right underneath the cabinet. So I'll have more counter space. Another thing that I've always wanted to get is a utensil set that is cohesive and that it matches. So I got this one off of Amazon for a very good price. I got gray because my walls are gray. I was kind of scared of the pink one because I'm not really into pink. I do want to be more into girly colors, but I went ahead and got the light gray one. I am going to wash them before I use them. So you're going to see me doing that. And you just saw me dump all of my other ones into an empty drawer that I had. I still do use them on a daily basis. And, you know, the kids know and I know to just put the old ones in the drawer. And I just like to leave the new one out because they do look really pretty. Another thing that I want to purchase in the future is a new knife set. So if you guys have any recommendations, don't forget to comment below. The last thing we're going to put up, or one of the last things we're going to put up, is a lid holder. Always have had issues with my lids just being all over the place. And at my other house, I couldn't put one up because it would interfere with the shelf that's inside. But in this house, we don't have the pull-out shelves and they fit perfectly. You will see me have some trouble with closing the actual cabinets, but you have to play around with it. And then once you get it perfectly where all of the lids fit and you can close it, then you did your job. It took a little bit of time and some work, but I finally got it to close properly. Now earlier I did say that I wanted to put up my calendar over by the window, and this is my calendar that I've been using for probably the last 2 years. I usually kept a planner, like an actual book, but I found this one at Home Goods and I purchased it. And I don't know what I would do without this calendar. We put everything on here. We do birthdays, any type of appointments that we have, even my husband's off days. We also mark those on the calendar. So this has been a real lifesaver. And instead of nailing it to the wall, I always use command strips whenever I can. And you guys know me already. I always measure because I like things to be centered on the wall. So that's what I'm doing here. We are finally done with my family room kitchen makeover. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the before and after shots. Now I get to sit down and finally relax after 2 days of cleaning and painting. But I did want to show you guys some last minute additions that we put up. This is a mail holder that I also had in my old house. And since I sit here every single day and do things like pay my bills and, you know, just open up my mail, this is a great spot for it. And I did get that one from Amazon as well. Another thing that I forgot to put up earlier was our clock. I've had this clock for well over 7 years and it still works. Maybe I will get a new one in the future, who knows, but it does look nice here, so I'm not complaining. Guys, that wraps up our video today. I am so happy that you guys got to see our kitchen and family room area. Any comments that you have or any questions, please leave them below. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share. Your support means so much to my family and I. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.